Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahshua Bashim Kadash. Double honors unto the apostles of great millstone. Honors you both as a people pushing this truth and sincerity for the four corners of the earth. So this is going to be a video going into the diet thing, okay, and taking care, best care you can do of your body. And excuse me, boys, that should pass in a second. And one of the major things out there, like an epidemic, all right, because the scriptures do say that there was going to be plagues within the earth. Different kind of plagues. A plague. Remember what the I forget where it was. I think it's in the book of Ecclesiasticus. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe one of the worst plagues that was said to have. The worst plague is the plague of a mind. Okay, because you can have any kind of, I believe it's in the book of Ecclesiasticus. But you can have any kind of plague or ailment. All right. Maybe you got the flu. Okay, maybe you got a stomach bug, whatever it may be. All right. But you could be healed from that. Okay. Or rather more importantly, it's a localized effect. So let's say you get I don't know, you get something wrong with your toes messed up or whatever. That's localized to that particular area, right? But see, here's the thing about the mind, right? The mind, we say here in the Hebrew Israelite culture, that if the head is sick, then the whole mind is sick. Therefore, when you got a plague in the mind, then the whole body is gonna be sick, man. Okay, you can have the most athletically sound, okay, physically sound body that's ever been seen and witnessed in the earth, but if you've got problems in the head, it don't mean anything, man. Okay. Case in point, you've had many athletes out there, all right, and they always compare athletes that was raised within a balanced, okay, family structure to athletes that wasn't raised with imbalanced family structures, and the ones that were in balanced family structures are always stronger. So that means what? That a stronger mind, okay, yields what? It yields a stronger body, man, because the head, okay, is got the power over the body, just like how the precept says. The precept said what? All right, if the head is sick, then the whole body is sick. All right, so one of the major epidemics that you have out there within the plague, and it's a major plague, man. All right, people always people will take care of their body and everything. All right, but they don't take care of their mind. Okay, you gotta take care of your brain. You gotta take care of your mind. So one of the major epidemics that you have out here within the so-called Western world is this thing of the mind. Okay. And one of the elements that people have, a major element people have dealing with the mind, is this thing of depression. Okay, what else? Anxiety. All right, and I believe that's the two major ones. That's the two major epidemics that you have out here that affects people's mind. Okay, especially that depression. Right. And that all goes back to what the scripture says. Right. Basically, excuse me. All right, basically, you gotta be doing stuff, man. All right, you gotta be on your toes. That's the mind, how the mind is built. And when you see some of the examples, and I was reading over this article just an hour ago. It got posted an hour ago, as you can see. I was reading over it, and I was thinking about how pretty much what the precept says: by the sweat of thy brow, you have to go in, man. You have to keep going. You have to keep pushing yourself. All right, and basically when you do that, then your body realigns itself, because there's a thing within the mind, okay, the dopamine, all right, that chemical that gets released when you achieve particular goals. Like, you wake up, you do the farm. And the point I was gonna make is basically the way they have you live out here within this so-called world, this lifestyle, this Western lifestyle. You go to the job, okay, you sit behind the desk. That's not how life's supposed to be, man. The scripture talks about by the sweat of thy brow, you're supposed to be moving and going in. Your body's supposed to be moving, all right? You're supposed to be doing things. And this Western style of living is actually detrimental to the mind, man, all right? One of the scientific studies that they did in the past was they were saying pretty much the body was designed to move, right? That is to say, when you see how all the joints come together, you see how the heart structured and how it's all designed. It's really designed to be doing activities, not sitting down, being static, all right, punching in through a spreadsheet, but the rather actually being involved in physically challenging tasks, man. Okay, like swinging the axe. Okay, herding some sheep. You know, you gotta go in when you're herding some sheep. Might sound simple in principle, right? But you gotta kind of go in, man. Okay, you know, farmers are mentally strong people. You don't really hear of depressed farmers because their mind, okay, going back onto the ancient way of living, is in a particular type of balance, man. The right stuff is happening with their mind. Okay, so they got this epidemic. All right, that's out there. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this. I'll go into some of the solutions. All right, that you know that I would swear by, because you know they're spiritually. I believe they're sound. Okay, because when you look into the scriptures, you find out how people were living. Really, the curse that came upon us, all right, which was that we was gonna be working by the sweat of our brow. Okay, you find out that really you gotta be on a farm somewhere, you know, swinging an axe, or you're gonna be doing something more than what we're doing. Okay, and then because we're living in this society, you're gonna have to find a way around that. All right, it's just as simple as that. So it says psychiatrists call warnings of antidepressants. So now they got this thing of depression out there. It's a major thing, and Esau, being the devil that he is, he's giving you some chemical concoction to try to swerve the effects of it. All right, so he's giving you some drugs out there, but I'm telling you the solution's simpler than that. You ain't gonna go through all of this hassle with these drugs and the side effects, which is what this article is all about. Excuse the noise behind. I'm at the train station, an undisclosed train station that is. But pretty much, you ain't gonna go through all of this nonsense. Okay, the negative things with that comes with taking these drugs. You gotta go through all of that, man. You gotta just taper your lifestyle to going back into the ancient way of living. All right. So you gotta be exercising. You gotta be doing particular things, man. One of the major reasons people are depressed out here is because they don't have no family around them. You know, you know, people like to live this solitary lifestyle, and then you know, hit up their friends when it's time to go out on a Saturday. That's not how the Most High designed, you know, people to be, man. Okay, the Most High designed families, and families became nations. All right, one of the major things that's spoken about within the scriptures is the promises that was going to come on particular people, families, and nations. Okay, there was particular promises. There's promises that was made unto the family of Jacob, all right, the Israelites, the family of Hammon, the Hammonites, and so on and so forth. And you ain't just one Israelite man over there, and then he gets all the promises. No, it went down the line, man. Okay, and a strong family builds a strong community, brings a strong nation, man. Okay, but people ain't really living like that right now. That's a major thing. All right, so this is the side effects of Esau's concoctions. So it's a psychiatrist call for warnings over antidepressant withdrawal. Patients suffering from severe symptoms when they come off antidepressants too quickly need more support and royal support. The Royal College of Psychiatrists says. So when people are coming off of these drugs, man, and if you notice, if you're on something natural that's beneficial, and you stop taking it, there's no side effects. Okay, the Most High created these beautiful things that's gonna have, you know, these beautiful effects on you. Okay, you know, you take some fish. A lot of people when they you know, when they got these problems, their diet's all jacked up. But when you take these dietary supplements, not supplements, but you take the diet is supposed to be having it, and then you actually go on that, and you come off it, quote unquote. Guess what? You ain't gonna go through withdrawal symptoms, man. It's natural food. Okay, but when you're taking these when you're taking cocaine, all right, you get problems. And remember, they were selling cocaine as a medicine not too long ago. So that should let you know everything you need to know about this what's it called? These pharmaceutical companies, man. That should let you know everything that there is to know about these pharmaceutical companies. They're not working to the interests of the people. They're working to the interests of their pockets. Okay, so let me go into some of the solutions. Okay, so that's just a little bit on withdrawal, but I'm not going to go through that. So let's go to some of the solutions. So one of the first solution is a routine. Okay, Yeah, and that's that. I mean, that's self-explanatory. That kind of goes into what I was saying. You know, you get up at the break of dawn, like in the ancient world, you're gonna do something. Okay, like in the ancient world, you would have had to tend to the farm. You would have had to tend to whatever. Okay, so you got to find the equivalent out here now. Okay, to remedy that. All right. Remember, our bodies were designed really for the ancient lifestyle. Okay, which the Most High is gonna set back up. All right, but they were designed for the ancient lifestyle. You gotta set some goals. All right, you have a farmer. I keep on using that example because you find out a lot of our forefathers, like King David, he was a sheep herder, okay, and many other people believe Lot when he came off the boat. One of the first things he did was he set up a vineyard, man. Okay, a vineyard is all about a goal, man, which is that wine at the end. All right, now I know that sounds fucked up, but guess what? It's a beautiful thing, man. You know, the Most High created wine to make a man happy. But I'll tell you something else, man. It's one thing to go out there to buy some wine out there, but it's another thing to drink off your own vineyard. Any of you brothers know about planting and all that. You know the satisfaction that comes off of having your own crop, man. It's a beautiful feeling. Okay, you know you plant it because I've done that, man. I got family members that are into that lifestyle back home, man. That's a very satisfying feeling. But guess what? Sometimes it ain't always satisfying. It might be challenging because you might not get a good crop. But guess what? The target after that is to set goals to have you know to hope at least you have a better crop next year, man. Okay, that's how it goes. Okay, but yeah, like a lot of our forefathers, they were farmers. Okay, they were husbandmen. All right. What else does it go? It's got exercise. I mean, these are basic things, but I can swear by these things, man. They'll do beautiful things to your mind, right? And, you know, you do it as best as you can, right? Try to think about how people in the ancient world they used to live, and do your best to try to live as close to that as you can within Esau society. But I mean, it's a jacked up society, so you're always gonna have problems. The scripture talks about how we was going to eat our bread defiled amongst the Gentiles. That's a problem in itself. That's going to get you down, okay? But this ain't a battle to be defeated. This is a battle unto the death, man. Okay, it's a marathon, you know? You're going to be always constantly pushing forward and making sure you're in the best possible position to keep yourself going, man. I always make this example, all right? You know, when the cards, when was it how did the saying go? Okay, when the shit hits the fan, so to speak, okay, you're gonna be thinking, how is the Most High want you to think about that particular situation, man? And that's what I call that's key right there, because it could be anything, but how does the Most High want you to think about that particular situation? That's the question you always gotta ask yourself. So exercise helps with that, and because exercise is all about pushing forward. Exercise is only a replacement of how we lived in the ancient world, man. Okay, constantly pushing forward, okay, to the next, you know, crop and to the next, you know, whatever you was doing in the ancient world, and obviously, you know, sleep and eating healthy, all right, and that's pretty much the ones I'll go into in this. I mean, hopefully, I mean, I kept it simple. I could have gone in on that. You know, these are topics that, you know, are quite close to me because I've done a lot of sports in my background. But I'll keep it that simple and you know, Lord's will, that's edifying. So with that, I'm gonna say, oh, pray, and I do apologize for the wind. Hopefully, it comes out all right. So with that, I'm gonna say, oh, praise unto Yahweh, Shai, Bashim, Kakadash, double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone. Honestly, brothers, let me pushing this truth in sincerity. Shalom.